It's our Legends video, and today I've got some champion rebuilding to do on my own account. What's up, Timothy? Good to see you, my man. What's going on? What are you working on in the game? What are you cracking out on? So today I was watching the video with Ash and Cruisen talking about the best builds for like the really good free champions. So I want to take a look at my Lady Mikage build and probably my Carnage build. I think my Empress build is okay now. I think I fixed that last night actually, so we're probably good there. But I want to take a look at those two, see if I can improve them, see if I can make something out of my account. Chimera, you're just doing your Chimera run now. Uh, I mean, I figured out Chimera last week. I just hope that my team is consistent enough that I don't have to like get lucky. That's my hope with my Chimera. I hope it's not an RNG fest with Chimera. That's what I'm afraid of. It might be like, how many runs is it going to take for me each week to get it just right? Because it's pretty borderline right now. What's going on, Ezra? What what are you trying to do on your Chimera run, Timothy? Like, are you trying to go like super high trials, and is it wiping you out because you got so many trials? Or are you doing a tightest team? That's what I'd like to figure out. Scrub in the house. What's going on, guys? We're hopping early. So if you guys were watching late last night toward the end of my stream when I was trying to get through that S20 or whatever that last part of Curse City, the guy did figure it out. We almost got him there. I just kind of ran out of time. He just switched RTAC into a stun set. He messaged me like in the middle of the night on Discord and said, I figured it out. Put him in a sunset and it worked first try. So we almost had him there. And I did think about that. I told him I thought about that like after I logged off. I was like, I wonder if stun sets would work, because I know a lot of people use stun sets for a lot of stuff on Soul Cross. I don't really do a lot of Soul Cross. I don't have enough champions for random stuff. I haven't built enough random epics. Yeah, I can't say I didn't even know you could do 18 trials. I didn't know it went that high. That has never been my problem. Like, I did 7 trials on one of my runs this last week, and that was shocking. I think it was on the Nightmare, not the Ultra Nightmare. Yo, Justin, what's going on? Everybody's showing up on a Wednesday night. All right, so that's enough on this free to play account right now. I want to get onto my account while the Krakens and whales are around, so you can tell me what to do with my account. You could do 27 trials. I mean, I got to 7. I think I was doing like 8 on brutal, but I'm not doing brutal anymore. That's crazy. I didn't know that was even possible. Well, no wonder you're getting wiped out at 18, though. Like, are you not getting enough clash points? Is that what you're worried about? Or are you not getting enough trials? 3 epics away. I got really lucky with Mikage. I actually summoned both of the legendaries, Kira and that Shadowkin chick. I forget her name. Tatsu? Is that it? So I actually summoned all the champions that you needed. I don't think I even had to fuse the epics or anything. So it did take me a while, but like I got Mikage before they were doing a whole lot of those like guaranteed epics and stuff. But Mikage was my first mythical. So here's my plan. 75% ignore defense. That's crazy. So here's my plan. Wait, let me check to see, make sure I got Empress figured out. Yeah, last night we took off a little bit of accuracy off Empress. Kristen was saying 250, which is where I'm at on accuracy, is about the max that you really want. So I lowered that. But my plan for Carnage is I'd like to get his accuracy up, actually. And then for Lady Mikage, I want to see if I can do a couple of builds for her. I don't really need this protection build anymore because I'm not using her in Chimera or Hydra at the moment, I believe. So I want to get a couple builds for her. One for Fire Knight and one for Arena. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Yeah, that's what he was saying. 500 accuracy for Carnage. So I'm kind of low on that, so I want to figure that out. I got really lucky today, and it only took like 10 or 15 runs of Hydra for me to get a good run with Titus. Some like last week, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, because last week I joined a new clan, so it didn't matter. But 2 weeks ago, it took like 100 tries. And then I rearranged things and the RNG seemed to be a little bit better. I don't trust that it's true RNG. I can't prove it, but statistically speaking, it's impossible that it was like true RNG. But I got 2 billion damage, which is just over 8 billion Hydra Clash points. So I'm good to go there. And I just have a couple of like auto keys to do. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I don't have Lady Mikage on either of my teams now. So I don't really necessarily need that protection set on her. So we're going to take that off. And yes, that is what I'm aiming for. My one concern is that my Relentless gear is garbage. But I don't think I need Relentless on like any other champion. Like if I go real quick to my filter and equipped, here's the good news. Like I don't think I need it on anybody. Like nobody is that important that I really need them. Looks like I got Rathalos. Okay, I can't take it off of Wixwell. So forget about that. I don't want to take it off of her because she's on the Fire Knight team as well. Everyone else, not that important. So I think we're good to go there. Oh, and Newt for some reason, one of my Newts. Okay, so as you can see, I don't have the most relentless gear. It's kind of garbage. So I'm just going to take everything off because none of it matters. I'm going to see if I can get her fast enough. I'm very concerned that I won't be able to. If I have speed boost, which I'm sure I do, that's one easy piece to deal with. But beyond that, I need to get enough stone skin. I don't think I have any I don't think I have any shadowkin and stone skin. So I should be able to get at least a couple of accessories from stone skin pretty easily. So that's a good start. So I'm going to look at the boots first. And what's this? Oh, right there. Right there. It doesn't have accuracy. So maybe not. Let's see. Let's see if I have any other options. Speed high. So I don't have any faster boots. So we're probably just going to leave those. So yeah, that's what Cruisen was saying. Same thing. Relentless and Stone Skin for Arena. If I can get her fast enough. If she's not fast enough, it's not going to help me at all. But then he was saying Merciless and Relentless, I think, for PV. I'm going to look at these other pieces. And I'm just going to get as much speed as I possibly can on her out of my Relentless gear. So I'm just going speed high. Hopefully they've got some accuracy on there. I do want an accuracy chest plate and banner. So we'll see how that ends up going. Let's see, got triple speed there and a 5-star. This one's going to be better though. Like after I glyph that, that's definitely going to be better. Plus it has accuracy. Okay, so that takes care of the weapon. And let's see, we got shield's got a double roll with accuracy. Okay. We're off to a pretty decent start here. And the helmet, not insane. Not insane. So this is a possibility, but it's got at least a couple rolls of accuracy. The question is, do I have like an accuracy chest piece? I didn't even do equipped. So I'm going to have to double check with equipped. Do we have an accuracy chest piece that's really fast? Kind of doesn't seem like it. No speed, no speed. Definitely not unequipped. Let's check equipped. Yeah, we just have Wixwell, so we can't do that. That's fine. We can probably get that with Stone Skin, let's hope. And then I forgot to check these with equipped. I'm going to try to stick to 6-star. See, that's one faster, 28 speed. 28 accuracy. But this one isn't rolled up, or this is not enchanted at all. So this will actually be better for the speed. And I'm more concerned about the speed than the accuracy. I think we'll get there with the accuracy on other stuff. So probably forget about the weapon. What about the shield? This would be faster with no accuracy. So it would rather keep the one that has a good amount of accuracy. So we'll probably forget about the shield as well. And the helmet. Let's see. We have anything with accuracy that's relatively as fast? Probably not. We'd lose. That's a little bit worse. Oh, that's got way more accuracy, but it's much slower. I think we'll get the accuracy somewhere else. So this is a pretty good start, actually. Not too bad. I just do not have a lot of relentless gear. I don't know what it is. Whenever I win relentless gear, all of the bottom pieces are almost always flat stat. And I just don't want to waste chaos ore on it. Because I don't use a ton of relentless. Because I never get lucky with relentless. And unless you're a Kraken like Timothy who wins every single event, every tournament, whatever, it's just hard to get relentless. So we are hoping that we can fill out the rest of the pieces with stone skin, and we'll have one extra piece over. I do have a banner in mind if I don't have to do stone skin there. Because I've got one insane banner. So hopefully this will work out. We're going to look for accuracy with speed on stone skin, please. Somewhere. Let's see. Okay. Pretty slow. I don't use her a ton. What about this? Ooh. Do I want to steal this from Nishak? I do not really even use Nishak. To be honest, I should. The problem I have with Nishak is you're just going to run into so many teams that have. I mean, if they have like Feral or something, you have to be able to strip it. I just don't use him. What's the speed difference? Yeah, I would love to use Nishak. I love the champion. I think I'm just gonna have to. I'll probably put that on Nishak. It's slower, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dust this one time. Hopefully, we get something better. Fusion talk. Okay, I'll take the HP. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. It's better than flat attack or whatever it was. Here's my problem with the fusion. We don't know if he hits hard. I don't have enough fragment or shards to do both. I don't know if I have Leonardo. I don't know if I have enough shards for Leo anyway, but here's my plan. Yeah, the multipliers is the main concern, right? Because he could be kind of like, I didn't look that closely at it. I watched a few videos on it and stuff. I assume he's an AoE hitter. I don't remember, but he can be maybe like better than He-Man. Like if he just AoEs, if he hits hard enough. I don't know. So here's the thing. I'm going to be pulling void shards this weekend because I'm getting kind of close to Mercy anyway. I'm going to go for Leo this weekend. I know the odds aren't insane, but I want to. So maybe I'll just get insanely lucky and it'll take away my worries of having to do either. But I'd rather have Leo unless the fusion's crazy. Leo's going to be harder to get through a path or whatever, right? Well, like, because his other thing, like, we have Empress, right? And he can just remove Stone Skin. So you don't necessarily need a champion that can hit through Stone Skin. but it is a great option. Clan Boss has been killing me lately. I'm lucky to get 2 blue shards. Okay, you distracted me. What do you guys think about the fusion, though? I need stone skin, just whatever's fast. Preferably with accuracy if it's close. Unfortunately, I use a lot of arena champions that I want to be fast. Let's see. Okay, crit damage, which we don't care about the crit damage, but that's 11 speed. That's not incredibly fast. I mean, I do not want to steal from any of these champions. How do I have such terrible rolls on speed on gloves? Holy mackerel. Okay, I mean, this is the best I can do. Oh, I can upgrade it. See if I hit speed again. Let's go. Okay. Problem solved. Let's see. Pull up a vid and let's watch it together. I can't. Like, what's a good vid? What's a video you guys want to watch? Yeah, I think it's gonna be 25 for Leo, to be honest. But okay, let me show you something. I've only got shoot. I've only got 10 sacreds. I'll get a couple more from Doom Tower, right? I've got 21 primal shards, and I think they're usually worth a good amount of points. So I could do that. And just assume that I'm gonna wait 2 years to hit Mercy again on primals. Because that's my shard pulling luck. Dude, I don't know if we have enough time to watch a Cruisin' video. He streamed for like 3.5 hours today, didn't he? Are we gonna stream an entire stream of me watching Cruisin's stream? Did he do it? Did he do a video? Hang on. I think I just I just let's see. I am subscribed to him. Okay, he did. Okay. It's a 13-minute video. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. You guys are gonna let me finish my Lady Mikage. And then we'll see if I can figure out how we can all watch the video together. I think I'm able to do that. So we'll see if it works out. Well, we just had the amazing 2-time mythic for non or 2-time primal for non-mythics. So stupid. All right, let's see. Stone skin. I imagine I just want to keep her alive. I mean, we can do attack, but who cares? Okay, we'll do equipped, but I don't think I have anybody equipped in not protection, stone skin. Let's see, we've got that. I probably just want to keep her alive though. Ooh, okay, we'll probably do that one. They probably I don't know, did they? I can't remember. Do they do 2 times mythicals with like new mythical champions? Okay, and then we obviously just want the highest accuracy possible. So we got 4 options here. It's probably going to be this one. Let's see if we hit extra accuracy. No, we do not. See if I get a couple hits here. We do not. Check with this one. Why not? Triple resistance. Nah. We'll do this one. And let's see. We are at 465 accuracy. We're going to add an accuracy banner and 269 speed. But wait. Why do you gotta rub it in, man? I am I am the eternity of primals deep into my primal shards, and I've gotten 1 mythical. Okay, well, watch this. I think I have to steal it from somebody who doesn't need it as bad. Accuracy, speed, feral. Oh, I have to steal it from her. That sucks. But my quad roll feral. I was talking last night about this piece. 142 extra accuracy, 32 extra speed. But now I'm going to have to put something on her. That's a bummer. You guys are just trying to hurt my feelings. Okay, I need to pull her out first so I don't forget. That's probably good enough for her. We'll roll with that. That's okay. Mikage is more important. Oh, what did I get from this? You guys and your fancy pulls, and me and my calamitous. Who doesn't suck. I just don't have a great place for him. And my 1-star soul on him. Last night you were telling me somebody else was the GOAT. Or 2 nights ago, I forget. You gotta make up your mind, man. All right. Yeah, I like Empress. I like Carnage too. So Lady Mikage Hold up. I need to upgrade that. I need to enchant her a little bit. So we've got 1, 2. Okay, I've got 2 pieces that are completely unenchanted for speed. But I have her at 301 and 607 accuracy. So I can get her sped up a little bit if I have any glyphs. I swear we get worse glyphs in Faction Wars Hard unless you're going deep into it. All right. Couple of 4-star glyphs. 306 speed. I'd definitely like that to be faster. It's a start. I just need some better glyphs. None of these are like super well glyphed. And then I can glyph up the accuracy even more, but she's already at 600, so it's fine. Not too concerned with her accuracy. Any little bit helps though, right? All right. Dang, it's so hot in here. All right, guys. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. You guys are going to have to tell me if you can hear this. Because I haven't tested like how this works audio wise. We can only do this if you guys can hear it. So we're going to look at Crusen's video for Granite Doorkeep. So I'm gonna play like 30 seconds, and you guys are gonna tell me if the audio is worth it.
And he's blue. Well, remember, it's a baby, not an adult. So, not so developed, but it's a baby, Georgie Taras. You know, this is Granite, the doorkeeper, the next fusion that we're going to have. Well, by reading the kit that I'm going to present you in a few moments, he seems like a decent champion. Like, pretty decent. He has the opportunity of being extremely powerful, but everything depends on the multiplier and if the multiplier is good.
Okay, so it sounds good. You guys gotta tell me. I just adjusted the volume. Is it too loud or not loud enough for you guys?
He's an HP champion with a lot of good mechanics. Let's go straight to it. Let's read the kit together. Let's go. Okay, as you can see, this is Granite the Doorkeep. He is a legendary champion from the Dwarves faction, HP based Nuka. And let's take a look at his kit. A1, you are buried. Attack one enemy 3 times. Each hit has 100% of chance when booked of removing one random buff from the target. Each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense. Brother, this is a HP based champion, and this A1 is a triple hit that ignores defense and removes buffs per each hit. So it can remove up to 3 buffs. This has a chance of being a very powerful A1. Very powerful A1. Reminds me of Taurus. You know, multiple hit HP champion.
This is the thing that is concerning, right? Reminds us of Taurus if he hits hard, right? That's gonna be the whole thing if he's worth it or not, in my early eyes. Is he going to hit like Taurus? Then everybody needs him, right? Is he even close to hitting like Taurus? Everybody needs him, right? But if he hits like a wet noodle, that's a completely different champion, right? So that's my early concern on him.
On the A1, maybe a very heavy damage A1. Good opportunity to have a Nuka of HP that everybody can have access with great multiplier. Let's see if that becomes true. A2 Jude Haymaker. Attack all enemies before attacking, places increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Interesting, increase accuracy on Anuka. Interesting. Also has 100% of chance when booked of placing 60% decreased defense and block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Okay, AoE damage with a buff on the entire team and a debuff on the entire enemy team. Not bad. Not bad. I don't like that much to have the nukers putting debuffs if you're going to use them on PvP, but at the same time on the PvE content, for example, if you're going to use this champion on Chimera, for example, you want him to put as many debuffs and buffs as possible. So, not a bad thing to have decreased defense and block buffs and the increased attack on the entire team. Useful, but usually this kind of skill is not the most damage dealing one. We're gonna need to test. And now, day 3. The cherry on the top of the cake. Demolisher Blow. 4 turns cooldown when booked. Attack one enemy. Before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champion and places a 15% shatter buff and a 30% increased critical damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Bro, basically this skill gives shatter to the whole team. Shatter is 50% ignore defense, which is good with this version, and the increased critical damage to the whole team. So he kind of like gives a savage set to hold the whole team, which is kind of good, and he also cleanses himself before doing the damage. So if he's affected by many debuffs, he's going to cleanse all of them before doing the damage. And the second part of the skill, the most important one, will ignore unkillable, stone skin, and block damage buffs. Bro, this is meta. Ignoring all the 3 survivability mechanics that most of the champions are using right now to survive on the arena, it's top of the meta. You're going to be able to face.
Yeah, I've got one question. It says places a 15% shatter buff on all allies. Does that include him? Because that's important. Is he included in the all allies? Because if it's not him, then he's just a support champion, right? You would need another hard hitting damage dealer to actually take care of it. So, should be like, right? But Plarium sometimes is terrible with wording, with phrasing stuff. Moves any fear from this champion. That is good. Imagine how insane that would be if that was from every champ, from all allies. I get concerned about Plarium's phrasing because they don't always think that through and they're not consistent.
Champions that are protected by Nyan and Stone Skin at the same time, bro. He will ignore both.
Do you guys know if like the big content creators have they been like do they have test server access already and they can't talk about it, or have they not been able to even look at it yet? because if they already know if the champion is good, it will affect how they talk about them. Even if they can't say, they'll be like, I can talk about it, but you want this champion.
Mechanics at the same time.
Okay,
If
that's good.
this skill has a not, it doesn't need to be the most amazing one like George did. But if he has a decent multiplier and is an HP champion, this is going to be a meta champion, you know? Because you're going to, you know, all the mechanics that are being active as meta right now. The block damage and the stone skin. Crazy, 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 crazy potential. Crazy potential. Just by that skill, I wouldn't miss this fusion. Even if it's not the most heavy hitter skill, with time you can grow the ascension on him. You can get a better gear. You can empower the champion. And maybe this skill becomes a one-hit KO. And there is more. There is more. Look, because the skill continues to have more effects. If the target's not under any unkillable stone skin or block damage buff, this attack will do 100% more damage. This is a one-hit KO. Bro, even if the multiply is bad, double the damage with shatter and increased critical damage on an HP champion. This is probably going to be a one-hit KO skill if you don't have stone skin, block damage, and unkillable, one of these. So if you're out of the protective buffs, if you're vulnerable, you're going to be even more vulnerable against this champion. And it's not over yet, because this skill grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. So here is the magic. He can go there, one-shot someone, and have the other turn to do whatever he wants. This is a very good skill. An extremely powerful skill on paper. So if the damage is half decent, I'm not telling like crazy decent, even is not someone you want to miss, okay? But if it is totally bad, I wouldn't even advise you to skip, because you have the chance of growing stats on the champion with time, and that might become a very good skill with a little bit of adjustment, like new relics or something to boost your.
That is an interesting point. He is a spirit champion. How many spirit nukers do we have that matter in Arena right now? I don't have all the mythicals affinities memorized or anything. How much of the affinity is going to be a deterrent? Okay. So who are we trying to counter? Obviously anybody with stone skin a little bit. Obviously anybody with fear, we'd love to use him against, probably. Like you said, like Fabian, like Empress.
Your damage a little bit, you know, like we have the cat's gaze, we can have something to him, and that's something that can be crazy strong. There is the passive. At the start of these champion turns, removes any fear, through fear, provoke, stun, freeze, sleep, and petrification debuffs from this champion. Increases this champion damage inflicted against targets with no buffs on them by 20%. So he has even more. One thing to.
You sold me on countering Neve and Odin. I hate going against those two. I really hate live arena when somebody picks both of them.
Multiply his damage, and he's immune to crowd control. So this champion is going to play, and if he has a decent damage, he's going to be able to delete someone out of the battle and still do something. Maybe a AoE, maybe a A1, or if you have some mechanics of refreshing skill, maybe another A3. I like this kind of champion. I like this kind of nuker. Remember, he's an HP based champion, so he has some survivability in build just by being HP based. He's not going to be.
Okay, on my level, a lot more people have Odin than they have Kurosa. So I'm more concerned on my level about that. I'm not running into a lot of Kurosas. You probably are. I don't run into a lot of these champions, you know. I run into a lot more of the voids than I am the mythicals. Mythicals show up, but it's random because it's like me. It's like, what did somebody randomly get lucky with? Versus somebody like, you know, Timothy's going against people that have all of the mythicals or nearly all the mythicals all the time, right? So there is a difference on what level you're on. So like most of the player base is just like, oh, he can counter the other free champion, Empress, right? Or Fabian. Somebody that like somebody on my level or even much lower might be going up against.
Be that squishy. Like I mentioned, he's a he's a baby version of Georgie Dentaurus Fused, and he has increased ally critical rate in all battles by 20%. The auto is not something that significant, but can be useful. In general, I like the kit of this champion. The second thing that I want to mention, like, for the past few months, I was telling, okay, green affinity nukers had a disadvantage compared to any other color of nukers because of the meta. But guess what? The meta tweaked a little bit. We are in the past, like 4 months ago, all we had in the arena were blue champions, blue nukers. We had Nice in every battle. We had Siegfried in every battle. They were everywhere. We had Gizmok. We had many, many, many meta champions that were blue affinity. Right now, we are having a lot of red affinity champions out there. Ambreeze is dominating the arena. Like Galeus after the buff is almost every battle. Ashnar has been so present lately. So the hegemony that we had from the blue affinity nukers decreased a little, and we are having the increasing amount of red affinity champions. So the green nukers that I didn't like in the 4 months in the past, now is something relevant. Sometimes you want to have green nukers to deal with red affinity champions that are so present in the meta. Galatir, Theodosius tankers, Ambreeze, Galeus,
Yeah.
Ashnar as nukers. You're having that everywhere.
I didn't know Ashnar was like becoming more popular. I think I did run into one, but I was like, he's picking this guy. I don't know that much about Ashnar, like because I haven't seen him enough. The mythicals that I know most about are the ones that wipe me out the most.
So
So what makes Ashnar so good? I mean, I can look him up in a minute, but I'm sure Timothy just knows.
green affinity is not that bad anymore. So this champion has the possibility of being a good champion, not a fusion that I would skip. If you have resources, go for it. If you don't have, if it is worth or not the sacrifice.
Yeah, let me check something. I feel like I did go against one in live arena today. I want to check that. See if I can spot him. I don't know if it was in the last 10 though. No, I've only done 5. Maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, I don't see him. It must have been yesterday. Wait, I need to set up some background battles real quick. I'm doing the event dungeon. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think about the chronophage gear. Like, where are people using that? Like, I don't have enough of it yet to have even really tried it out. We'll finish up this
That you want to
video.
do. Remember that we might have guaranteed champions in the future, like Leonardo and Rafael, that are good champions. So ponderate if this fusion is something you want or not. I am going for it for sure.
Well, I have Marishka, which is my luckiest Void Shard pull. So now you're making me really want him.
Okay, this is Granite, the dog keeper. In general, I like it. I like what I see. I like the kit. Generally, I like what I see. I like the kit. I like how the skills are set up. This A3 seems like magnificent on paper. I like the aesthetic of the champion. Like, bro, this runic thematic, like the runes all over him with this floating crown of runes. Like, bro, I like it. I like it. I want this champion. I'm going to fuse it. Maybe you want it too. Okay. So, guys, that's it. This is Granted the Dockkeeper. New fusion going to.
All right. Cool. Good to know that we can watch videos together. Uh, Always something that I consider doing, but good to know that we can. But what do you guys think about chronophage? Like, who are we using chronophage on? That's my main question on it. I know they buffed it, but who are we using it on? Obviously, you need, preferably either 5 pieces or 9 pieces, right? So are we farming this just in case? I mean, worst case scenario, right? You could use 3 pieces on a champion for something random in PvE, right? Something where you need some speed and resistance. You got some random pieces. You could throw on 3 accessories and it's going to give you speed and resistance. Kind of like you might do with accuracy sometimes with pinpoint. Like I'll do that if I have pinpoint pieces. I get the 40 accuracy and 10 speed just on the accessories, just on a random like faction wars or whatever. I'll do that fairly often. But yeah, I don't know how hard to farm this set. I'm doing the event because I want more than anything else. I want to get the Immortal Soul Stone. Like I'm trying to build these up, so I assume it's going to be Raphael available through stones, right? For a deck of fate. That's my guess. That's always been my guess. You don't farm it at all. I thought people were more impressed after they buffed it. That was the general feeling I was getting. Just enough to win tourneys, yeah. Um Save this for Friday. We'll see how things go this weekend. It's a real interesting weekend for me. I might be able to stream Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. But if you guys are around YouTube this weekend, keep an eye out for me. It's a possibility. I don't usually stream on weekends, but I would like to do it from time to time. And I might be able to this weekend. It's kind of a weird weekend. It might happen though. Just letting you guys know. So we got Mikage built pretty well. 4 pieces of Relentless, 4 pieces of Stone Skin. When it ended at 306 speed, obviously I like that to be much faster. But until I get better Relentless gear, that's just kind of what we have. The accuracy is good at least. I might sacrifice a little accuracy for some more speed if I can find it. I don't know if I can. I think I just need more glyphs, really. Because I don't know if I can get any more speed out of these other than just glyphs. So, well, what relic do I have on her? Do I have anything with speed? Let's see. I could get 6 speed with a wand on her. I would lose the accuracy, but I'm okay with that. What else do we got? I don't really want to get those to level 15. That'd be a waste. But what do you guys think about Hand of Uncreation? Who do we use this on? I pulled that last night, I think. Nobody really had any idea what to do with that. Most of these you need level 15 for the speed. I could maybe put that on her. We got a couple options, so I'll have to think about that. I'll probably end up putting a wand on her. I don't really use Wukong in Arena, so he doesn't really need the wand of submission. Who would you use it on, though? Reduces the chance of applying debuffs, stealing or removing buffs, stealing tournament. I mean, I feel like for Arena, we'd probably just put a wand on somebody instead of that, but maybe like where to go? Maybe for PvE somewhere, you get some accuracy resistance. Maybe put it on somebody for Chimera or Hydra where they're trying to take your buffs. Just an idea, I'm not sure. So I'll probably switch out her relic. I'll just have to think about which one I want to do it on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I think I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna steal Wukong's wand. I just don't use Sun Wukong in Arena. He's not that good to me. Like he's okay. He he can be good. I lose to Wukong's, but I think I beat him more than I lose to him, Like he's a pest is what he is. Kind of like UDK is a pest. So I'm going to probably just steal this. Yeah. Are they making ways for us to get more of these anyway? More star stones? Like they buffed the these things. What are these called? Basalts. They buffed the basalts. Are they going to buff the star stones at all? Anybody know that? Oh my. They always want you to go to the shop when your multi battles run out. I got nothing for that. Cool. I have been saving up my gems. I was at like 1,000. So we're good on gems for whatever fusion comes our way. I'm guessing that there's probably going to be a Titan event after it as well. Either that or there'll be a champ training tournament for his soul. Either one is very expensive. They put some in Curse City. Okay. Not enough, apparently. Oh, I'm out of keys for today anyway. So Carnage. No, I want to keep him crit capped. I want some good damage on him. I want him. I like him to be able to go, right? Like, I don't know how fast he really needs to be. I think I've got Empress going faster than him. Empress, I got up to 285, whereas Carnage is 270. But I really like to get his accuracy higher. We've got a wand on him, so we don't really want to get rid of that. So we're not going to get our accuracy there unless I'm getting a whole lot of basalt and getting a bunch of stuff up to level 15. But I'm not able to get that from Chimera. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe it could, but I don't think so. Who did I use to clear Amius? I feel like it was Ninja, but let me check. This is normal. I did this yesterday with Ninja, Rathalos, Mikage, couple of revivers. I did that on stream yesterday. I think you were late. Similar here. Rathalos honestly did most of the damage here. He hit pretty hard. Everybody else is just kind of keeping the team alive. I don't think Volcanos really did that much. But I think Rathalos was really the MVP of that team. And then just I love doing lots of revivers on Amius because he just likes to kill you so much. So if you have Rathalos, he was free like I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe, right? He's the free champion, right? The daily login. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna go say goodnight to my kids, and then I'll be right back, and we're gonna look at Carnage. So give me a couple minutes. Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly pull a Galathier. Nah, I'll save that for another night. Okay, Carnage. So I've got attack percentage here, and I'm just going to see if I can get that switched over to accuracy. I've got accuracy here already. So that's going to be the number one way that I get extra accuracy. And then if I find something with speed and crit rate, then I can maybe switch up some other pieces as well. So I'll check equipped. And we're looking at lethal. We got two options. And that one's perfect. We get an extra speed, an extra 67 accuracy. We take a big hit on the attack, but at least we have the attack percentage there. Ooh, that's got triple speed, though. Triple speed. Okay, I gotta see. What does it ascend to? And we got the ascension hit. Well, that changes everything. What can we hit here? HP. Okay, flat HP. Okay, that's going to be even better. Let's see. There we go. So we'll put, I don't want to waste all my glyphs tonight. Ooh, +5 hit. Nice. Okay, we might as well throw on some other random glyphs. Glyph it up a little better next week with CVC. Okay, what are we looking at now? 279 speed, 426 accuracy, and we're trying to get to 500 accuracy. That's going to be hard. Not going to lie. Getting to 500 accuracy is going to be real difficult. But we'll get closer if we can. Obviously, if we could change this from attack to extra accuracy, we got one shot, 1 out of 4 chances. I don't care that much about 120 attack. No, not rework. Wait, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, we hit it. We hit it. Extra 29 accuracy right there. That was insane luck. I mean, 25% chance, but we'll take it. Now, can we get crit damage with extra accuracy on Stone Skin? Not going to be easy. Might be impossible. Let's see. We need Stone Skin. We wouldn't want to steal that from him anyway. Oh, there we go. We got it. And this adds extra attack. Okay, we'll steal that from Mortu, who we never really built in a way that I liked. I did try, it just wasn't quite there. I think because I didn't have a soul for Mortu. Kind of sucked. So there goes all of our silver. But we can enchant the accuracy. +10, nice. Okay, where did that get us? 465 accuracy. We are so close now. I'll have to check the gear. Maybe we're close on just like through enchantments. Let's see. We are currently at 104 crit rate, so I could sacrifice 4 crit rate. Not a lot. Unfortunately, we have sacrificed some crit damage already, but his accuracy is more important. This is a pretty good piece with those triple roll of speed and double roll of crit rate. This has a lot of crit rate and not a lot of speed or crit damage, so we might be able to mess with this a little bit. We would still need 18 crit rate. We still need a high amount of crit rate. But can we get extra speed and or accuracy? And it's got to be stone skin. And we'll check equipped. Okay, so that doesn't have accuracy. That doesn't have accuracy. That doesn't have accuracy. That's Embraces. And we're going way too deep into, like, nothing has accuracy. None of them. Nothing with crit rate and accuracy. That's insane. Other than what's on Embrace. That's crazy. Literally one piece. I have one entire stone skin helmet with crit rate and accuracy, and it's already on Embrace, so I can't steal that for Carnage. That's rough. Okay. Same thing here. If I can sacrifice just a little crit rate to maybe get more speed or accuracy, that'd be great. So same deal. We will go priority stats, crit rate high, and we will look for speed or accuracy. Looks like I've got a ton of shields, so I might get more luck here. This is on, well, it doesn't have speed on it, so it's okay. We don't want to, I mean, honestly, we want speed and accuracy. No, not low. No. If we would really like speed and accuracy. Oh, that's so close. We would lose, we'd lose too much speed and not gain enough accuracy, and we'd be, well, ooh. Oh man. Oh, this is almost insane piece. But we lose too much crit rate. We'd have to gain crit rate somewhere else. That's too bad. Okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Crit damage, crit rate. That's already pretty good. Okay. Well, I think all that's really left to do is glyph things up a little bit. We got close. Not quite there, but we got close. I mean, I could use one of these big accuracies. I wouldn't use one of these until it's CVC. See if I can get it a little bit more. Not much. Okay. We did pretty well. 469. That's going to be fine most of the time. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to, like, how many champions are at like 480 resistance, right? you're either going really high resistance or hardly any at all. I think that number is probably okay. 279 is actually a little bit faster than I was before. So the only thing that we really took a hit on was the attack. You know what? You know what'll push this over the edge though is when I get a 5-star blessing for him someday. We'll get that extra accuracy. And if we get a 6-star, that would be even better. It'll happen someday from Curse City. Yes, that's what I was just saying, Scrub. I don't know if you wrote that before or after I said it. Was looking at one screen, not the other. Yeah. So not bad. I'll take it. I really like when he does put out damage, but when I'm using him, I'm honestly trying to get the damage from somebody else most of the time. He does hit hard, and it would be nicer to have more attack, but I think it's okay. The accuracy is more important. Yeah, I mean, again, remember, I'm going against a different caliber of player than you most of the time. So it's different. But I did add a lot of accuracy to him. It's not as good as we want, but like we said, as soon as I get a 5-star for him, and you should be able to get it from Curse City eventually, that'll change everything. I was lucky I got the 3-star from pulling a soul stone. But if you look at this, the curse chest, someday I should be able to get a 5 and 6-star soul, right? I think I pulled I pulled the 3-star and then I also got one here, which is kind of lame. I don't think I have either of these. I'm not sure. What of these I've pulled. Obviously, I haven't pulled the 4, 5, or 6-star. So I don't know if you have to pull them in order. Like, I don't know if you have to pull the 3, then the 4, then the 5, and the 6, or if it's just random. I know you're not guaranteed to pull any of these. At least I'm pretty sure. How did we do in Siege? Well, they took down 3 of our posts. I think we're safe, Scrub. I think we just might pull this one out. Unfortunately, I already looked at my first 6 pieces and they were pretty much garbage. I rolled them up to 12 and I didn't get any triple hits, even with them being mythical. So not one piece had speed on it originally. I rolled it up to see if I could use a chaos ore. Total garbage so far, but hopefully we get some of these bad boys, and perhaps that's where my Galathier will come from. I already have her. I think I've got that. Yeah, I've already got her. I already got her banner. I'm currently using her banner. That's okay. I like the amount of feral gear we get from Siege is actually really good. You're not always going to get perfect gear, right? But like just the amount that they give us is really good. Always go A3 on their fastest, huh? Why is that exactly? See, I did not even know it stole turn meter. There's so many like turn meter manipulations in the game. I just don't have them all memorized. Is there a reason why sometimes you don't hit both the passive, like the block passive and the block active? Feels like a lot of time is it's one or the other. And I don't understand that. Shouldn't it shouldn't it block both? I honestly usually go for whoever I think doesn't have resistance and doesn't have stone skin. Usually. Oh, that makes sense. So you want to go after somebody who has a passive, I guess, to spread it to those who also have passives. I didn't even think about that. I guess you would have to have a passive in order to block a passive. Right. I don't. Yeah. I do need to do a better job of avoiding lightning cage. Okay, we're gonna do a quick round of judge my blessings. Because I got two of the smartest guys in my chat right now hanging out. You tell me if my blessings are stupid. Lady Mikage, I have cruelty on. Seems like a pretty normal thing to have. They don't all suck. I know they don't all suck. I know that Lightning Cage is good here. I know that Crushing Rend is good on Marius, so you can't tell me they all suck. Yeah, I have used Lady Mikage more in PvE than in Arena. Is why she has a cruelty blessing. What do you use on her in Arena? And is it worth changing? I remember cruising really well with a mythical, but I feel like that was a mythical I don't have, like Galathea or something stupid. I forget who it was. Maybe a Laz. Obviously, I don't have them, so I don't even know what they're talking about half the time. So you guys can tell me if anything stands out as like, this needs to be changed. Got cruelty on Lady Mikage. I feel like Lightning Cage is almost certainly right on Carnage. I've got Nature's Wrath on Empress, but I don't have accuracy on, so I'm not sure if that's the best thing to have on him anymore. Because he's probably not throwing as many fears on. Yeah, I honestly, instead of polymorph, most of the time I just kind of I use the one of submission so I don't get polymorphed. And I figured that a lot of people are doing that. I feel like polymorph is just not as strong as it was because everybody's got 1,000 wands. Yeah, life harvest. That's exactly what I was wondering. There it is. Because I'm not hitting those fears as much. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and switch that. Thank you. I was thinking that, like, we're not hitting those fears as often on his A3 because I did knock his accuracy down to 250. I got Heaven Cast on the Calamitous because I only got 1 star. Does he buff himself? He does have the unkillable. I don't know if Heaven Cast is the best. I mean, I only got the 1 star, so how much is it even going to matter? Like, obviously, I'm not going to change him into like Crushing Rend. I don't have 6 stars. Yeah, okay. I know. It's all about Arena. Uh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with Crushing Rend on 6 star Marius. That's the whole point that I spent 300 coins on getting it. Emergency heal on Duchess. Now, I put the emergency heal on when she was 1 star, but then I pulled the 6 star. Does that change anything on her? And yes, I do use her in Arena, particularly because I have Volcanos. And I do use her in Hydra, and I do use her in Chimera now. And I do have an aspect of Siroth on her. Because she does tend to get attacked first, thanks to her perfect veil. And because they want to kill my 1 reviver. White King, I have Heaven Cast on. He's 5 star. I imagine that I would change this to Crushing Rend if I got 6 star. That's what I was thinking. Marishka, I do have Polymorph on, but I'm not sure why. Because she doesn't have that much accuracy, and she's only 5 star. So, like, is it a waste to have Polymorph on her when I don't have accuracy and she's not 6 stars? Why would I not like Crushing Rend? Am I misinformed? I could be. I fall for the hype if people are hyping stuff up. If I'm wrong, what do I switch it to? I mean, we do Soul Reap. We could do Nature's Wrath. I mean, I do use Marius everywhere, not just Arena. Like everywhere. You use Life Harvest? I mean, I use him in PvE. Soul Reap on Marius? I guess that makes sense. It cost me some gems. What did I just do? You guys are confusing me. Do you mean Marishka with Life Harvest? They both start out Mari. You can't call her Mari, when he's also Mari. I went from Marishka to Marius. I guess it would make more sense. Okay. So there goes some of my gems that I've saved up. So Marishka to Life Harvest. Fine. Destroys enemy max HP by 30%? That's crazy. All right. You guys better be right. Wasting all my gems here. And then Marius. We want Soul Reap on him, or are we okay with Crushing Rend? Remember, I use him everywhere. Everywhere. I use him in almost every dungeon. Chimera, Hydra. Okay. We're going to save our gems for now. It's okay. Matter. I mean, PvP. In this case, I don't think messing with a good thing. Okay. White King, Heaven Cast, 5 stars. Justin, I think they were saying if you're 100% PvP. Life Harvest was for Marishka because they were confusing me. Arbiter, I have Intimidating Presence. That just makes her go faster. I'd be surprised if we wanted to change that. Cruelty, I think, is fine on my Mad Hatter. Incinerate, I can't imagine that I would change this for Volcanos. I know not everybody in this chat has Volcanos. It's okay, guys. I know. It's okay. I don't have a Galathir or Arbaeus or Siegfried or all the mythicals you have. I'd stay with Soul Reap, Justin. Pretty sure. I don't use UDK that much. He's 5-star. He's in Polymorph. Apparently, I stole a golden elixir from him. I'll put that on him. I actually had a good reason for that. I don't remember what that good reason was, but I did have a good reason for stealing his golden elixir at the time. His accuracy is 311. I don't know if that's really good enough for Polymorph. Well, somebody last night got mad at me for having the 2 Caldors. But those are the only 3 Unity champions that I've pulled. Is I pulled Volcanos and I pulled double Caldor. But I don't have Fina. I don't have Teox. Those are probably my 2 most wanted. Like non-void, non-mythicals. They're definitely up there. Rhodos. Let's see. I do have Polymorph for Armons. I think that makes sense for him. He's got plenty of accuracy. It could always be more. Do I have a better banner for him yet? No, because that did not hit speed. We've got Life Harvest on White Queen. Pretty sure that's correct. I use Caldor for 2 things, pretty much. Faction Trials and Cursed City. If anybody knows where to use him elsewhere, I'd love to know it. I think he'd be a lot better if I had Elva. But I do not have Elva. Also, one of my most wanted non-void, non-mythicals. I put Nature's Wrath on Mikey because he does put debuffs out there. He's not even booked, but he's a good champ. Let's see. I've got Lightning Cage on Fabian. Intimidating Presence on Morgan. She's not an arena champion. Life Harvest. I don't feel like that's right. Why don't Life Harvest on Wukong? Okay, that makes sense. I get it. It doesn't matter. I don't use this dude nearly enough. My problem with Wukong is I don't have a good way of protecting him. So it felt like whenever I chose him, the other person would just choose like a block revive champion and I'd be screwed. But people can use him against me because I don't have great block revive champions. All I really have is technically White King has a block revive under certain conditions. And is it Carnage that does too? Yeah, Carnage. If they're under 3 or more different debuffs, which is like the opposite of White Kings, where if they're under buffs. What does Caldor even do? He hits hard, but you have to have um I'll show you. He hits harder if you have what's it called? Continuous heals on him. So if you can get a bunch of continuous heals on him, he hits really, 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 really hard. So he also has he does enemy max HP. You can build him with less crit rate. So you only need to build him with 80% crit rate, which is nice. And then he's a Unity champion, so he's got a whole bunch of stupid stuff. But basically, the main idea that I've taken from him is you stack a bunch of continuous heals on him, and he hits extra hard. So I know that Cruisen, I believe. Actually, I'm getting a little confused. Sometimes I forget who did videos on what. I think I might have been talking about the Calamitous at the end there. Yeah. So he does have a hex. So you can use him in like Hydra. I don't know. I don't know where to use him though, other than faction stuff. Yeah, I mean that's how Unity champions work. You need the other faction allies, right? Typically. My problem is I don't have Elva. If I had Elva, I think he'd probably be kind of insane, but I don't. Okay, good. I got the Soul Stone. I'm glad CVC is coming up. I've been dying for silver for like weeks. I need to get the forge going. Let's see. Can we craft anything? I'm saving the discovery crafting for when it's all over. See if it was worth it. Some of these champions don't belong out here. I like to only keep my live arena champions out. I'm going to make a video with Mikey. I was able to figure out a little bit more of him in Scarab King. I like using him with White Queen. Makes it a lot easier. There we go. Yeah. I don't think it's worth not playing for 3 weeks to get one champion that I have to pay for. Because during that time, I could be getting other champions that I don't have to pay for. One day I will get lucky. Maybe. Plus, I'd get kicked out of my brand new clan. So let me show you guys. This is level 50 Scarab King. I'm going to make a video on this, I believe. But basically, every time that Mikey gets hit, he gets a shield. Sometimes that can get stripped because the Scarab King's kind of annoying. And I have him in damage gear. Not destroy gear, just regular damage gear, merciless. And she's going to help me get shields on when they fall off. And this is, for a duo, this is pretty fast. It's not as fast, I don't think. It's actually pretty fast. It might be faster than my other Scarab team. Scarab is my least favorite boss besides Amius in the whole game. Also, he can do the waves. Yeah. I joined Scrub's his clan last week. And Mikey hits pretty hard on his A3. So we get through the waves pretty fast. Armiger and Geomancer to get through waves. I'm sure that I could make the team faster if I had other champions in as well. Here we just have to wait for the block damage to go away. Kind of annoying. There we go. And we waste the A3, but it doesn't really matter because it's Scarab King. Now, if I had him in like regen gear, he could probably solo it. Like especially if I had like a good amount of speed and resistance. But my regen gear is kind of crap. So I don't really like doing regen sets. But look what he's done to this bar already. Look at that. It's going to be maybe, I don't know, probably under 3 minutes, right? Like once we get that purple bar all the way down. I'll show you the build when it's all done. I don't know. It's a pretty good build. I really feel like his A3 is not really helping here. More helpful? I could be wrong. So 237, 64 turns. Scarab King down. Pretty sure that's much faster than my old team. My old team would take that long just to get through the waves, probably. Now, we can compare that to the best teams in my clan. It looks like Euros is still kind of insane. I don't use Euros for much. Maybe I need to. But for people who struggle with Scarab King and they got Mikey 5-star for free, pretty reasonable. If you can just get any decent like reviver or decent like if you can get a shield from anybody else as well. A healer with a shield set. Obviously, White Queen was a fusion. Maybe I need to work on my Eurost. Maybe if I throw them all in together, they'd be super fast. Scrub here with his 30 turn Nishak, Teox. Sheesh. Okay. Whatever. Whatever, show off. I made top 10, I think. So here's my Mikey build. So I've got him in 6 pieces of Merciless, 2 pieces of Zeal, and Pinpoint. I've got... Okay, this is a fair amount of attack. He's got 7,000 attack on him. So obviously, if you can't get that attack, he's going to go... The run won't be as fast. But we all got 5-star soul for free, right? So you get a free 750 attack from that. Plus, if you fill out like your classic arena points, all that good stuff. Yeah, so he's built decently. Have you guys booked him? Did you notice like a serious difference after you booked him? Like, did you try him in Hydra? I just don't know if he's worth it. Probably not. He's a good champion though. Yeah, you and your mythicals. See, so I've got Nature's Wrath on him. Increases damage for every debuff they place. As long as you got some accuracy on him, and you get a free 75 accuracy there. Plus, he has accuracy in all battles if you put him in the speed lead. You got one tapped in Arena? Is he secretly an Arena champion? Because I got pretty good gear on him. That's crazy. Do I need to rethink Michelangelo? Like, if I can keep... Okay, here's the thing about him, though. He's so slow. But I used him in Hydra where I got some Hydra bonuses. I don't even have him crit capped. So maybe I need to rebuild him with Stone Skin instead of Zeal. That's crazy. Like, did they do something special to set him up? Like, did they use Arbiter or something? Like, get the increase attack? Do you not have Stone Skin on? Was he slow? What did they do? I'm shocked. Because if he can one tap you, maybe he's worth the books. I need to see what kind of Stone Skin gear I have for... Banner Lords. You know, I should have some stuff. Let's see. Stone Skin. Tack Ring. Tack Ring. Okay, we do have crit damage here. We got a couple options for crit damage. What about equipped? I can steal that from Baron and that from Baron. Stone Skin, Lethal, and Lightning Cage, huh? Huh. That blows my mind. Well, I might have to rethink my Colangelo. We do have CVC coming up, and I don't really have anybody else that I need to book. Apparently, I haven't gotten any good champions in a while. I don't feel like Donatello needs my books. He's fine without it. I know. Have you tried out Michelangelo? I mean that might be a secret weapon for you. Might be a secret weapon for me. Cause I've never had a crazy amount of great nukers for arena. That's been like the one thing that's really held me back in arena. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to think about that. Okay. Don't think we have any takeovers for tonight. I think we're good to go here. I got my rebuilds done. Are you guys pulling some void shards this weekend? I've got at least 7. Should have a couple more coming to me though, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna YOLO whatever I have. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. It's fun tonight. Got some stuff done in the game. And be on the lookout. I might stream sometime before next week. Your 5th Krisk. Well, I guess you got a +4 Krisk, but night guys, and we'll see you next time.